everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or if you're new around these parts, my name is Missa. Welcome to this makeup heavy place on the internet. The other day I did a full face of high-end makeup and I recreated this look here by Staceymariemua, and at the end of it, well today, I totaled up how much that eye look cost me and I was flabbergasted. I'm trying to find it on my phone. If you bought all the products that I used, it would have cost £173 to do that eye look, and that's sick. So I thought, I wonder if I can do the exact same thing with the same effect but with only drugstore makeup, and that's what we're going to do today. We're just doing the eyes today, but all my face is drugstore. I can list it below if you're interested. And the total today came to £18.98, £19. So I'm using my favourite palette from the drugstore, the Soap Extra Spice, a black eyeliner and a barium holographic eyeshadow topper. And we're doing green in the centre for a couple of reasons, but just green instead of blue. I think I've achieved a really similar effect. You have to let me know what you think, and we'll just dive into it, I guess. So if you want to see how to do this look, and I definitely do it more in depth than I did in my high-end video, and see it with all drugstore products, then I reckon you should keep on watching. Okay, let's begin. I've obviously started the other eye. I can't really finish it until I put my base on, so we're gonna prime. This is my Revlon, what's it called, Candid. You know the drill at this point. So we'll take my beloved Soap. I would hazard a guess that this is the second most used palette on my channel. It's the Extra Spice, so it's her round 2 collaboration. This is what she looks like. It's literally perfect for this look. The only issue is it doesn't have a blue, so that's why I've done green instead, and also it just makes it a little different. The first shade I'm going to take is this deep brown here called Brownies. I'm just going to whack this in my crease. Just get my shape and just touching my eye very, very gently. And we'll go underneath as well. We're going to pull it out with where your cheekbone, same angle on your eye. That's what Stacey said. She's usually right about everything, so I'll just pack it on a bit more now. I didn't use brown, I don't think, in my high-end one, but I think this kind of gives the same effect, and I just wanted to get my shape on anyway. We're actually gonna have depth all the way in the inner corner, so you can take it right the way in there. Now when it comes to the lower lash line, I'm just gonna kind of drag out a tiny bit and then just use the side of the brush and drag up this outer half. Just start dragging it out a little bit. Then I'm gonna grab the shade 21. I'm just gonna go over what I've done. Just below as well. I'm gonna drag it out a bit. I've not reached for this palette in a while. I think my Mitchell's kind of taken its place, but actually going for drugstore, I mean, it's still my favourite one. Still the best Makeup Revolution palette, in my opinion anyway. I'm not worried about down here because I can actually clean that up with concealer. I've still not even cleaned this side up, so I'm not worried about it. I'm really just packing it on because I want that red tone. It's more of a raspberry red, but it works just the same. And I'm just looking straight ahead and just from halfway making sure just with the side of my brush pull it up and out, because this look does take over the end of your eyebrow. Then I'm gonna grab Sweet and Sour, and this is gonna get just wiggled all the way around. And again, just gently with the side of the brush, pulling it, gently pulling it up and out. This is why I should probably have my base on first, but oh well. And of course the yellow then, vitamin C, hit pan on it. we can just start fluffing this all the way around. Up here in the brow. We're gonna probably like really intensify this yellow later on when my base and brows are on, but this is just the start in it. And then just to kind of like merge those two together, I need to take the shade Running Late, which is a lighter orange than the other one. Just dusting that in between the two. Just like that. And now we're going to go in with black. It's not scary because we don't have our base on. The shade Reputation in the palette. It's actually a really decent black. This is going to go on the inner corner and the outer corner and along the lower lash line as well. That's a good drugstore black, right? I'm just like gonna rub that brush on my towel and then just drag it ever so slightly. And then I'm gonna grab Enchanted, this like deep plummy color. This is what I'm gonna use to blend out the edges of the black and just connect the top. Above and below. Remember, we can clean all of this up so it's like not an issue. Just gently with the side of the brush and just ever so slightly touching my skin to drag it up and out. We are going to be putting black on our very inner corner, so I'm not worried about this getting a wee bit messy as well. And then I'll just go back in with 21, that lovely raspberry. And just kind of hit the edges of that purple. Quite a messy look like to do, but I don't know, it just works. I'm just looking at my other eye, trying to make sure I'm getting kind of the same effect. And then I'll go back in with a little bit of Sweet and Sour, the orange. And just plop that up here. Tiny bit more vitamin C, which is the yellow. Wunderbar. Now we can move on to the green. Then the reason I've chosen green is because in this palette there is a green. I could have obviously done gold or something, but I wanted to do like a colour and I had my Barry M in mind, so I'm taking this shade here. What is it even called? Aurora. And I am just going to wet it, just so you know. This is going to go in the centre. Not above the crease, although you could like do a proper like cut crease if you wanted. And just like using very gentle pressure on this like flat brush, which is not great for blending, just to like drag it into the black on either side, just to kind of start blending it and making it look a bit more seamless. We're going to come back slightly to this anyway. And then in with the fun part, so my Barry M holographic eyeshadow topper, you know how much I rate these. This one is in the shade Supernova. It's the green reflect one, obviously. I just take mine off the wand onto a brush. And we're simply just going to pat this on top. Everywhere that we put that green. I'm just going to let that dry and we'll come back and do a second layer. It's dry now, so I'm just going to do a second layer. Just find it builds nicely, it doesn't crack, and it just gives more intensity when I let it dry and then just add a second layer. I cannot rate these eyeshadow toppers highly enough. I just think they're fabulous. I really do. And I'm just going to go back in with a tiny bit more of that Aurora shade. This is an unnamed brush. It's just a little kind of pointy one. Just going to hit the edges. Blend it a tiny bit. So I'll clean up my fallout, I'll put my base on, but not my brows yet. I'll come back and we'll really work on like extending this, and then, you know, the lower lash line and all that. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright. I've got my base on it. It's all Drugstore, but it's not all Makeup Revolution. But I can link what I've used if you're interested. I'm going to start off with my Barry M. This is the Bold Waterproof eyeliner in black. It's probably the best black like pencil eyeliner that I've got from the drugstore. The other like spectacular one I've got is from Milani, but that's like a lot more expensive, like double the price. I'm actually gonna run this like all the way along on the like skin as well as in my waterline. It's really hard to film this because I want this lower lash line to be very, very dark. I'm gonna take it on the inner corner. I'm going to grab the black and we're going to start to blend this line while it's still a little like tacky and not set down. Then I'm going to grab this deep purple and then 21, a bit of orange and a bit yellow, and just like blend it out that way. Just like how we did on the top. And just start blending it out. This is still like my favourite under eye brush. We're going very smoky. I just like rub my brush off on my towel in between shades. Don't forget that inner corner. A little bit of our yellow. And then we need to extend this a bit, so I'm going to go back into Vitamin C, which is the yellow. And just like gonna take it through my brow. Just like back and forth movements. Kind of like going onto the temple. Wee bit of running light as well. And I'm just grabbing, this is just a pot concealer and an eyeshadow brush. And I'm just gonna run this along the bottom just to kind of clean up my line a little bit. I think I'll just draw my brows and lashes and then we'll see if we need to kind of adjust anything else. Again, that's what it looks like just now. I mean, I quite like the green with it as well as the blue. I think I preferred the blue, but I do like the green. I think it is pretty with these tones. I don't know if we'll like do anything else to our inner corner. Let me just take this fat brush. Why am I falling off the screen? With some yellow on it. Her look was like all the way around. Okay, right, I'll throw my brows on and then we'll come back and see. Probably should adjust my hair because it's like bunned. We are done. I'm not naked, I promise. So we are done. My makeup is finished. Like I said, I'll link everything that's on my face down below, but obviously this is mostly about the eyes, although I think like the lip and the blush tie in really nicely. But yeah, I'll link it all below if you're interested. What do you think? Especially if you watched my high-end one, do you think the effect is pretty much the same? Do you think it's better? Do you think it's worse? Like, what are your thoughts on it? Personally, for me, I'm like really impressed. I mean, I've always been super impressed by that Soph palette. I think it's excellent. I think you should all get it. It's £10. Often goes on sale for like £7 or £8. The Barium topper is fantastic. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this look. I'm pleased how it came out. I'm feeling good, even though my hair's really greasy still. I feel like my makeup looks as good as it did in my high-end video, and I've used purely drugstore makeup. Like, I'm talking about the eyes and the skin. I just think it looks just as nice, and it's very impressive, and the drugstore just does have some of the best makeup out there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's maybe a little repetitive for some, but I really just wanted to challenge myself to do it, and I thought if I don't film it, people are going to ask me to film it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel out. Leave me a comment down below and subscribe if you'd be so kind. Thank you all so much for watching. The fact that you do sit and watch my videos and like put it on your Instagram stories and stuff that you're watching my videos, it just touches me in a good way. Thank you so much. And of course a thank you to my Patreons as well. We have a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group and a Discord, and I do lives on there as well. So if you kind of want to see me, I guess, a bit more in depth and personally, then you can join. The link is down below in the description box, and it's a really fun place, just a lot of really nice people that love makeup. And yeah, on that note, I'm going to piss off, wipe off this makeup, which feels like a travesty, and go to bed. I'm going to start the Mandalorian today, and I'm really excited. I'm going to use a VPN so I can watch like the whole thing. Okay, I really hope that'll catch you on the flip side. Bye!